What you doing? I'm your otakutainer, theacstories with this Otakutainment reviews. I'm talking about Ichi the Witch by Osamu Nishi and Shiro Usazaki. This is Third Hunt Raiko Majik, which came out on September 22nd, 2024, and is 23 pages, so back to the typical amount. So for the non-spoiler review, we see Ichi face pretty much the first trial as a witch against the electrifrying Raiko Majik, but only using good old regular hunting skills instead of magic. Now onto those good spoilers. So getting into some details, we first travel to Mount Barokin, where birds spontaneously combust for some reason. That reason being Raiko Majik is just an electric fox obsessed with cooking, probably saying a whole lot of stuff about frying, searing, boiling. So yeah, this Majik is, as the Raiko Majik describes, a flame sparked by electricity, or that electric current surging through a body. Apparently manifested 2 weeks ago, so very, very young, and has fried all the animals around. Really likes frying things. And now Raiko is on the way to fry some human villagers. And look, it's only been 2 weeks since this Raiko Majik has manifested, and already knows about humans and witches. Maybe already seen some they already came after, but I don't know how the Raiko Majik would actually know. Studying up, maybe observing, giving a briefing from some higher order magic, maybe, or reincarnated. By the end of this and thinking about it, I kind of was like, oh, maybe Raiko was already in a witch somewhere. That witch died, because we learned this last chapter, and now the Raiko is free again. So maybe that's where all this knowledge comes from. It just seems like, this is little baby Majik, only 2 weeks old, but maybe it's just since being free again, I guess. But yeah, the Raiko Majik's trial is to take an orb that's on its chest without getting hit by any of its electricity, which, seems pretty hard, because it should be pretty hard. Even the Raiko says it's a pretty nasty kind of trial to have. And I'm also liking how this first part is really just, given to this Raiko Majik. You think maybe this build up, something cool would happen, or maybe something dumb would happen. That's usually one of the two options. Maybe Raiko is going to be pretty important. I don't know, because in the background we see the hunter Ichi popping up, kind of like a gopher, all over the place. And it's kind of funny and humorous. It really is in the background. And now it's making Raiko paranoid. And then Raiko comes across desscaras being used as bait, being pretty humorous, trying to be like, oh no, whoa, I'm so helpless, and try and get some, it just seems like glamour shots of desscaras. But Raiko falls for it pretty easily and jumps into a magically infused noose trap, and then draped over the face with some wood vinegar. It's because foxes have a really powerful sense of smell. But yeah, this is just Ichi, good old hunting techniques. Knows how Raiko acts still like a fox because been observing for a day already. Also because Raiko's just talking out loud. That's how they found out about the trial in the first place, is because Raiko's just going around talking out loud, rehearsing what it's going to say to people. It's kind of humorous and kind of dumb, and it also answers my question of, well, how would have Ichi and desscaras known all this stuff? It's because Raiko's literally just shouting it, if anything. But yeah, now that they caught Raiko, Ichi wants to butcher it like any other animal. Uroro says no, and is really overall unhappy how the hunt went down, wanting it to be a more formal head-to-head trial. But Ichi doesn't see it as a problem. Sneaking around like a hunter, toying with Raiko, because Raiko killed and toyed with others so much. They're just doing the same thing. And it also makes desscaras be like, oh yeah, well, that's, kind of a cool, I guess, way to see Ichi. It's like, a real, hunter with real skills. Didn't even need to use any magic at all, which is good. Desscaras even thinks the other witch is going to kill over in a faint. Exactly what Desscaras says. I don't know if that's in a good or a bad way. Maybe it means the other witches develop a crush for Ichi, or maybe the other witches will be so disgusted with Ichi's techniques, it's really hard to read desscaras at this point, and I think it really could just be either of those two ways. Now, Ichi finally cuts the orb off. I thought they were going to wait too long and Raiko was just going to pop up, get loose, try to fight them, run away, do something. No, pop the orb off, that's it. Raiko turns into like a magic stone, which can be used as proof of, acquiring Raiko. Apparently Uroro was the exception for not having a stone, still fooling himself. Really trying to throw in the humorous bits for Uroro, which I'm enjoying still. But yeah, there's also a chant on the stone. We don't know what it is yet because this card puts the seal on Ichi's mouth, because we know Ichi has a tendency to just blurt out chants and it doesn't take much for things to be disastrous. We also don't know what it will do exactly yet. I'm assuming something with electricity, so probably a good thing Ichi's mouth is sealed. Now, desscaras is hoping this will be enough to appease monegold, who is called through a mirror, already loud and nagging, and also reveals that now they are going to the capital of Nautili at the Monegold Witch Association, which I assume is what the next chapter is going to be. Maybe it'll take more time to get there, who knows. They probably won't stall too much longer, because I thought this is what was going to happen in the second chapter. I guess I was 2 chapters too early. Yeah, that's it for this third chapter, and I like how it's going. I was wondering how Ichi was going to use the magic, if any others were going to use the magic. Apparently, the only magic really used was the magic used to infuse the noose trap. But yeah, Ichi's just relying on good hunting instincts, which is cool. I like to see that. I like they're not just going to try to go full force, overpowered magic every time. It's going to be some development. It's going to be cool to see. I expect to just go to this witch association and see a bunch more witches, probably a lot more magic, a whole more world. Finally get probably closer to kind of what the end goal or the main purpose of this story is going to be. I can see that kind of opening up next as we meet monegold more, other witches, anyone else important at this moment. And then I guess they'll just go back off on another adventure. I'm kind of liking this, monster of the week type deal. I hope it's, maybe not every week. There's just, we're going to go fight another magic. We're going to fight another magic. But keep it consistently every so often, maybe every other chapter or something like that. I've spent a few chapters on each magic. I don't want it to get rushed too much and try to go to end game too quick. So last thing to talk about, of course, is the chapter title. Also just straightforward, all about Raiko magic, capturing, acquiring. We just didn't see what the magic actually is yet, or not even what the chant is. So maybe we'll see it in the next chapter. Also, I'll assume Ichi's getting the magic. We don't even know yet if Ichi can use, so maybe there'll be like a, not still the test, maybe a, not so much as you gotta take and pass the test, but just to see what Ichi can actually do. So I guess we'll see more of that. But that's it for this chapter of Ichi the Witch. Let me know what you thought. There's still plenty to talk about. I mean, it was pretty straightforward kind of chapter, but we got to see stuff in a kind of a different way than probably people would expect. But yeah, let's just talk more about it. Leave comments, find me on social media. Links will be available to you. But before I go, I also want to thank my Ko-fi members, Vix Lab and Julio Vasquez. If you also want to help support me on Ko-fi, you can do that. You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you decide to. But that is it for this Otakutainment Reviews. I have been your Otakutainer, theacstories. Until next time, thank you so much, and bye.